Welcome to another week of Language Bites. Today I bring some cases first. Let's say you've got to explain some company policies. You're going to use phrases like, for example, working from home. If you would be describing your job responsibilities, perhaps you may say something like analyzing data or meeting clients. If you need to offer advice, you would most likely utter something like, I recommend networking with team members. And even if you are not saying exactly these words, you most likely will make use of gerunds. What are gerunds? Well, gerunds are verbs playing other categories in a sentence, most commonly nouns. Let's take a look at some examples to illustrate what I mean. Selling is all about persuasion. Getting through to the right person isn't always easy. My idea of relaxation is going to a fitness center. If we take a look at the first two, it could easily replace them by something. Something is about persuasion. Something isn't always easy. What they are doing is playing the role of nouns. Mhm. I know they come from verbs because I see the verb sell and I see the verb get through. But that's not the main verb of my sentence. The main verb is and isn't in the first two cases. I know that because is and isn't are the ones that carry tense and are the ones that carry all the information that the verb carries. So even though selling and getting through to the right person look like verbs, they are not playing the role of verbs. They are pretending to be nouns. And so what we do is add the ing. All right. Because they are this hybrid, they can come after prepositions, a place usually for nouns or any nominal structure. We are committed to giving the highest quality. We are committed to something. We are committed to the environment. Well, I'm changing that noun for an action, giving the highest quality. We depend on having fast communications. We can depend on something, depend on the internet. We depend on the economy. Clear nouns. But I am taking that place and putting something that refers to an action. And not only that, it also has other elements that belong to it. Give, the highest quality. Have, fast communications. Now, we also use them, for example, when we are listing, as in this case. Good leaders are skilled at fixing goals, motivating people, producing creative ideas. If we take a look at the sentence, it's wonderful not having to get up early for work, or being kidnapped is not a pleasant experience, or he mentioned having met our main competitor. All these ing structures have characteristics particular to verbal structures because, as I said, they are hybrids. They have this verbal nature in the role of a noun. So, what does it mean? That I can make negative constructions, not having, that I can use a passive form, being kidnapped. I'm using the ing gerund in being, and then the third column or the past participle form that I need for the following element. And then I can use the perfective, having met. Have, my auxiliary for the present perfect, in the ing form. All of these in Spanish is present, but we don't do so by means of the ing. No, we do so by means of the infinitive. Think about it. Let's go with some other cases. He denied fiddling his expenses. I dislike having to eat at my desk. She suggests raising the price. We dealt with this, and from your part, unknowingly, when we saw or when we did the video on ing and infinitives. Many verbs are followed by the ing form, gerunds. Other verbs in this list include admit, avoid, consider, involve, mention, recommend, and risk. So, do we need a gerund or an infinitive? It depends on the verb, on the context. In the first case, increased production may mean taking on extra staff at the weekend is different from I didn't mean to cause any offense. In the same case that he remembered to buy his wife a present is different from he remembers buying his wife a present. The first case is a synonym of involve. Increased production may involve taking on extra staff at the weekend, whereas the second one means intend to. The third case, that of remembered to buy, refers to he didn't forget. He thought about it and he bought it. Whereas the second one, he has a clear recollection. He remembers, he has a memory of him buying his wife a present. All right. So these are noun-like structures that can be, of course, found after prepositions and have these verbal attributes, but they are sometimes different from the infinitives. All right. So you know the drill. Practice makes perfect. Make sure to access the two activities in the description box in order to, practice and actually learn this. And since you're here, why don't you take a look at some other videos? All right. Thanks for watching.